Okay, we're going to do the circle test review. So it says name the circle, so we name it by the center. So it's going to be circle C. Okay, so it's circle C. Name the diameter. So diameter is going to go all the way across. So diameter is going to be BA. And name the radius. So the radius, remember, goes halfway across the circle. So it's going to go so halfway. So we could say B to C. So the radii, so we have two. So we can either name BC. Remember, it goes halfway across to the center. Or you could also say CA or AC. Okay, so those are two, the radius. Name a secant. So secant, remember, is going to intersect the circle at two places. Okay, so we have secant EA. Name a chord. So we could either name BA, which is the diameter. Remember, diameter is the longest chord. Or we can name FA. So those are both chords. Name a tangent. Remember, it's going to have 1 point of tangency, so it intersects the circle at 1 point. So that would be ED is the secant, is the tangent. Okay. Remember, EA is the secant and intersects the circle at 2 points. Okay, center angle. So they want to give us, so for JL, so we're going to just add those two together. So 53. So we're going to go all the way across here, plus 79. So we're just going to add those two together. So 132 degrees. Okay, and now they're asking us for KM. So that's here to here. Okay, so now we're going to add 79 degrees plus 68. So I get 147 degrees. Okay, and then JLM. Okay, so we're going to add all of these together. Okay, so we just add all of those together for C. I'm going to write it up here. So for C, we're going to add together 53 plus 79 plus 68. And we get 200 degrees. So that one would be 200. Okay, JM. So that would be going this way, the opposite way. So we're going to subtract that from 360. So 360 minus 200 is going to be 160. Okay, for this one, so RS. So, okay, if we look at this, we know that this is 180 degrees, right? So we're going to subtract 180 minus 42, because we are looking for the arc RS, this one. So we get 138 degrees. Okay, for QRS, okay, so QRS, that's going this way, that's going to just be the 180 degrees. For QST, so notice that's going to go that way. We know that these QR is congruent to ST, so that is also 42. So I'm going to add 180 plus 42. So we get 22 degrees. 222 degrees. And then QT is going to be 180 minus 42, which we got before in A, so that's 138 degrees. We got it. Okay, the measure of angle A, remember it's an inscribed angle, so we're going from arc to angle, so we're going to divide by 2, so 84, we're going to divide that by 2 is 42. Okay, this one, we're going from angle to arc, so remember we're going to multiply by 2. So we're going to double it, so you multiply it by 2, so 67 times 2 is 134. So measure of arc RS is 134. Remember to look at it too and just see, yes, it's going to be bigger. Okay, so it's going to go up. Let's go on to the next page. Okay, this one. So we're solving for this one. So remember, we're going from arc to angle. We're going to divide by 2. So 192, we're going to divide that by 2. Is 96. So we're going to set 31x plus 3 is equal to 96. Remember to subtract 3 from each side. What we do on the one side, we must do to the other side. And we get 93. Divide each side by 31, and we're going to get x is equal to, I'm going to put it down here, x is equal to 3. We double check, yes, it says solve for x. Okay. So this one, everybody remember we're going from angle to arc, so we're going to multiply by 2. So I'm going to multiply, I'm going to double it. So I get 134. So we're going to put 16x minus 10 is equal to 134. So I did right here, 67 times 2 is equal to 134. And then we're just going to add 10 to each side. Remember we do the inverse operation, so we're going to add 10 to each side. We get 16x is equal to 144. And then we're just going to take and we're going to divide that by 16. Okay, and we get x is equal to 9. Okay, next one. This one it says solve for x and y. Okay, remember what we know about inscribed quadrilateral. So for these inscribed, the opposite angles, so these are opposite angles, okay, are equal to 180. So that means that the measure of angle R plus the angle of T is equal to 180. So opposite angles are equal to 180 for inscribed quadrilateral. So I'm just going to substitute it in. So I have x plus 80 is equal to 180. Subtract 80 from each side. And I get 100. So x is equal to 100. We're going to do the same thing for y. So now we're going to do y plus 95 is equal to 180. I'm going to subtract that from each side. And we get that y is equal to 85. Okay, same for this one, everybody. So make sure you're looking and identifying which ones are opposite, right? So m and 60 are opposite. So I'm going to go m plus 60 degrees is equal to 180. Subtract 60 from each side. We get m is equal to 220. Okay, so that's for m. We're going to do the same thing for 2k and 60. So it's going to be 2k plus 60 is equal to 180. Subtract 60 from each side. I get 120 is equal to 2k. These are going to cancel out. We divide each side by 2. Half of 120 is going to be 60. Okay, move on. So we're going to do the same thing with this one, everybody. So solve for x. So remember, angle K and angle M are opposite inscribed in a circle, so they're equal to 180. So we're going to go 7x plus 21 plus 47 is equal to 180 degrees. We combine the like terms. So I had 21 plus 47 to get 68. I go ahead and subtract it from each side. And then we're also going to divide. So now we divide by 7. And we get x is equal to 16. Okay. So another way to say that the opposite angles is to say the opposite angles are supplementary, which remember that means that they equal 180. So we're going to have those two angles together. So angle E plus angle G is equal to 180. So we're going to have 68 plus 9x minus 5 is equal to 180. Remember, we're going to combine like terms. So 68 minus 5 is going to be 63. So 9x plus 63 is equal to 180. Subtract 63 from each side. Got to keep it nice and balanced. If you want to draw the line, you can do that too. So we get 9x is equal to, it's going to be 117. And then we're going to divide by 9. Okay, so x is equal to 13. Okay, so this one, it says write an informal proof that all circles are similar. Because all circles, so what I would say is all circles are the same shape. Okay. So if I enlarge, so like if I enlarge or I reduce it, it is similar to all circles. Okay, so they're all going to be the same size. So everybody, no matter what I do, right? So if I have a tiny circle, I enlarge it, and then I reduce it down again, it doesn't matter, everybody. They're all going to be the same. Okay. All going to have our circles. Okay, so this one, it says find the measure of y, z, v. Okay, so that's this one. Okay, and we're going to find the inside of the circle. Okay, so for these ones, everybody, so remember we're finding that arc, or the angle. So we're going to add the two arcs together. So we're going to add these arcs. So I'm going to add YB plus, so I'm adding YB plus XW arc. Okay, and then we divide those by 2. So I'm going to substitute that in. So I'm going to go 144 plus 114, and we divide that by 2. And we get that it's 129 degrees. So the measure of the angle, everybody, is 129 degrees. Okay, so we're going to do the same with the next one. So we're going to add those two together. So we're finding x, so we're finding that angle. So we're going to add those two together. So again, so I'm going to add arc CD plus arc BA, and we divide it by 2. So I'm going to substitute that in. So I'm going to substitute in 145 plus 85. Notice we have to put parentheses around this so that it'll add them together first and then divide by 2. So make sure, everybody, that you are doing that you make sure to put the parentheses. Otherwise, you are not going to get the correct answer. So please, please, please put the parentheses around it. And we get it's 115 degrees. So x is equal to 115 degrees. Okay. With these ones, everybody, so this one, it says find the measure of angle 1. So we're going to divide the arc by 2. So I'm just going to take 210. I'm going to divide it by 2, and I get 105. So the measure of angle 1 is 105. Okay. This one, we have the arc to angle, right? So if we're going angle to arc, divide by 2. For this one, we're going from angle to arc, so we're going to multiply by 2. Okay, just like we did with the inscribed angle. So I'm going to take and I'm going to multiply 180 times 2, and I get 160 degrees. So the measure of arc XY is 160 degrees. Okay. So this one, we're going to take and we're going to subtract them. Okay. So we're going to add the two arcs together and divide by 2 to find the measure of angle F back here. So I'm going to subtract them. So 100, make sure, notice I'm doing the parentheses. So parentheses 121 minus 39 divided by 2. Okay, and I get that the measure of it is 41 degrees. That is the measure of angle F. We're going to do the same thing for this one. It says find the measure of angle U. Well, first I need to find the measure of this arc. Remember, we're going to subtract it from 360. So 360 minus 108. So we're going to subtract it. We can just do it. We're just going to do it. Oh gosh. So we're going to subtract it. So I borrow from the 5. We get 2. 5. 3 minus 1 is 2. So I get 252. So now I can set it up. So it's going to be 252 minus 108. I'm going to divide that by 2. Okay, and we get 72. So the measure of angle U is 72 degrees. Okay, it says what values will make this tangent, everybody? So remember, it's going to be a right triangle. Okay, so angle A is our right triangle. So I'm going to go I'm going to put this as x. This is our hypotenuse. So 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to x squared. So that's going to be 9 plus 16 is equal to x squared. Then remember, we're going to take the square root of each side. And I get, so add them together first. We get 25. Square root of 25 is going to be 5. So what value would make CB, will make AB tangent, would be the when x is equal to 5. Okay. This one, it says find the value of x. We're just going to set these two equal to each other. So AB is equal to AD. So we're going to set them equal to each other and solve for x. So 2x plus 7 is equal to 5x minus 8. I subtract 2x from each side. If you want to draw a line, you can do that. And now we have, so this would be 3x is equal to 7 minus 8. Add 8 to each side. 7 plus 8 is 15. Okay, 8 minus 8 is going to be 0. Divide each side by 3. I'm going to get x by itself. So we have x, 15 divided by 3 is 5. Okay, so x, everybody on that one is 5. Like the number 5. Okay, so this one, it says identify the radius and center of the following circles. So we're working with our equations of our circles. So what I would do, everybody, is just write your equation of the circle at the top. So it's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to the radius squared. So write that at the top. Center, remember, center is going to be hk. Okay, so we're going to have that this is going to be, so this one, remember, it says up here minus h, so it's going to be opposite. Okay, so it's going to be the opposite sign. So instead of plus 2, it's going to be minus 2. And it's minus k up here, so it's just going to be 7. Okay, and then the radius, remember, it's going to be the radius squared. So the square root of 16 is going to be 4. Okay, so that's the radius, and that is the center. Okay, so let's go over that again. So this one, everybody, it's x squared plus y squared. So both of them, that means it's going to be at the origin, it's going to be at 0, 0, because x plus 0 is going to be x, y plus 0 is 0. Right over here if we forget. So x plus 0 would just be x, right? And y plus 0 would just be y. So that's our center. And then the radius, we're going to take the square root, because remember, it's the radius squared. So we're going to take the square root. So 121 squared, the square root of 121 is going to be 11. Okay. So the radius is 11, and the center is at the origin, which is 0, 0. Okay. So we're still going to use that. It says use the information given, write the equation of the circles. We're going to do that. So we're going to have x minus negative 3 squared plus y minus 4, okay, squared is equal to 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, remember, it's the radius squared. Okay, on this one, remember, everybody, we can do keep, change, change. So now it becomes x plus 3 squared plus y minus 4 squared is equal to 49. And that would be our equation of the circle. Okay, we're going to do the same for the next one, everybody. So it's going to be x minus negative 9 squared plus, remember, this is h and this is k, plus y plus 0 squared is equal to 10 times 10 is 100. I'm going to do for x minus negative 9, remember we can do keep, change, change. So that means it's going to become x plus 9 squared plus, we know that as we talked about up here, y plus 0 is y. So we're just going to write y squared, don't lose track of that, squared sign is equal to 100. Okay, this one, we're still writing the equation of the circle, everybody. We're going to have to identify where the circle, the center is, everybody. So we go, here's the origin, right? So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2. Okay, so the center is at 3, negative 2, because it went down 2. And then the radius, we're going to go over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the radius is 5. Now we can write our equation of the circle. So it's going to be, so x minus 3 squared plus y minus negative 2 squared is equal to 25. We're going to do keep, change, change right there. So y, keep, change to addition, change to positive. So I'm going to rewrite this. So it's going to be y x minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared is equal to 25. And that is our equation of our circle for this one. Okay, we're going to do the same with this one, everybody. So I look at where the origin is. Remember that 0, 0. So we're going to go over 1. So that's negative 1 down 1, 2, 3. Okay, so our center is at negative 1, and we went down 3, so it's negative 3. Okay, and then we're going to the radius. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. So the radius is 4. We went 4. Now we can write our equation of the circle. So both of these are negatives. So it's going to be x minus negative 1 squared plus y minus negative 3 squared. 4 squared is 16. Okay, so I'm still going to do keep, change, change. So keep, change, change. Keep, change, change on these. So it's going to become x plus 1 squared plus y plus 3 squared is equal to 16. And that's our equation of the circle. Okay. Okay, this one it says which one of the points is on the circle. Okay, so notice it says on the circle, not off the circle. Okay, so how I would figure it out is I would substitute it back in to figure if it works out. So I'm going to go, remember this is x and this is y. So 6 minus 6 squared plus 9 minus 4 squared is that equal to 25. Well, this is going to be 6 minus 6 is 0 squared plus 4 minus 9 minus 4 is 5 squared. Okay, and this would be 0. 5 squared is 25. So that would be a yes. Which of the ones is on the circle? Okay, so which one would be on the circle? Okay, so just make sure you know it's on the circle. So I got lucky and it was the first point. So the point 6, 9 is not on the circle, but if I wanted to verify it, like if I tried another point, say I tried 7, so I'm going to substitute in 7, minus 6 squared plus 4 minus 4 squared is that equal to 25? Okay. So it would get 3 squared plus 0 squared, and that would not be equal. That is not equal. 3 squared is 9, plus 0 is not equal to 25. Okay. So which of the points is not on the circle? So we're doing how we did over there. So I had substituted in, so this is x and this is y. So 3 minus 3 plus 10 minus 5. Okay, that would be 0. That would be 5 squared. 5 squared is equal to 25, so that's a yes. So this is a no. Okay, because it says not on the circle, so make sure you're reading these carefully. So we do the same with the next one. So I'm going to go 0 minus 3 plus 9 minus 5 squared. Okay, that's going to give me 3 squared plus 4 squared. Is that equal to 25? That is a yes, because 9 plus 16 is equal to 25. So that won't work either. So we try the next one. So now we're going to go 0 minus 3 squared plus 1 minus 5. And the answer is 25. Okay, so that's going to be 3 squared plus 1 minus 5 is going to be negative 4, but negative 4 squared is 16. 16 plus 9 is 25, so that doesn't work either. Okay, so then we try the next one. So it says which one is not on the circle, so we try the next one, everybody. So here I'm trying D. Points D. So I'm going to go 0 minus 3 squared plus 5 minus 5 squared. Okay, that's going to give me negative 3 squared plus 0 squared is not equal to 25, right? 9 is not equal to 25, so this would be our answer. Okay, so if you sorry you couldn't see that one. So I substituted in here. So 0 minus 3 is negative 3, right? Remember, we're going to do keep, change, change. Keep track of those negative signs, everybody. Okay. I should have wrote it for this one too. So remember, negative 3 times negative 3 is 9, plus 0 squared, which is 0, is not equal to 25. So it would be 0 and 5. Okay, so this one. Select 2 points that are on the circle. So which ones would be on the circle? So when you put them in, they would work. So you want to double check and put those in. So you just substitute them in. So you're going to go, like for this one, so we're going to go negative 12 plus 4 squared plus 0 plus 3 squared. Is that equal to 64? So when I do this, this is going to be negative 12 plus 4 is negative 8 squared plus 3 squared. Okay, negative 8 is going to be 64 plus 3, 9, does not equal 64. Okay, so that one is not. Notice it says select 2 points. So we have to find 2. So we're going to try another one. So we're going to go negative 4 plus 4 squared plus negative 11 plus 3 squared is equal to 64. Okay, negative 4 plus negative 4 is 0. Plus negative 11 plus 3 is going to be negative 8. Okay. Negative 8 times negative 8 is 64. So this one is a yes. We have B. We have to get 2 points. So we're going to have to find another one. So I'm going to go with C. A. This is B. This is C. So I'm going to have to go 4 plus 4 squared plus 4 plus 3 squared is equal to 64. 8 squared plus 7 squared is not equal to 64. Okay, so that's a no. So it has to be D. It's to be our last one. So we're going to double check. So we're going to go negative 4 plus 4 squared plus 5 plus 3 squared. Is that equal to 64? Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 squared is equal to 64. So that is a yes. So we have B and D. Okay. Select all the points that are on the circle. Uh-oh. So this one, we could have all of them or we could have none of them. So we're just going to substitute them in. So notice, remember, this is X and this is Y. So we're going to substitute them in. So we're just going negative 4 minus, I'm going to do keep, change. So it's minus negative 4. So I'm just going to do that in all of them. Just make it easier. Plus negative 6 squared. Is that equal to 16? And we would say no, because this is going to be 0 squared plus negative 6 times negative 6 is 36. That is not equal to 16. Okay, so we don't have A. Now we're going to try B. And everybody, you can just enter these in the calculator. Everybody just remember the negative signs. You want to use the negative sign, not the minus. Calculator is not as smart as you. It doesn't know that minus and negative are the same thing. Okay, so this one, negative, so 4 plus negative 4 is going to be 0. 0 squared plus negative 4 squared. Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. So that would be a yes. 0 plus 16 would be 16. Okay, this one we substituted in. So this is C. So I'm going to go 0 plus negative 4 plus 0 squared. Is that equal to 16 squared? Well, this is going to be 0, so negative 4 times negative 4 is equal to 16, so that is a yes. Okay, last one to try. And try D. Everybody, we've got this. We're almost done. Last one. Okay, so we're going to substitute in. So 8 plus negative 4 plus 0 squared, is that equal to 16? 8 plus negative 4 is going to be 4. 4 squared plus 0 is equal to 16. That is a yes. Okay, we are all done.